Just seeing them grow from the start, confidence growing and their techniques improving. We've never ever taken somewhere else because he is just perfect.
I have 2 girls at AFAC, and we've been coming since it started at the beginning of 2019. They feel safe, and I think they feel encouraged as well.
I like my teachers, and they always encourage me when I need encouraging, and they make it really fun for me and the rest of my class. I feel very proud and happy and excited to meet my new teacher.
Noah finds motor planning and things like that difficult. You know, he tends to get that same teacher, so they definitely know what works for Noah, what to kind of keep going with, how we can kind of achieve the next thing. So it's really quite consistent and valuable.
It's really good, nice quality time spent with the grandies, and it's a great centre for families as well. She may have got a lot older, but never miss out on the green jelly after the swimming lesson, so that's always a given.
I wouldn't be driving 25 minutes past 2 swim schools to come if I didn't enjoy it.
The kids just enjoy it too much here and love all the teachers, so why move them somewhere else?
Okay, councillors, could you all be upstanding for her Lord Mayor Ruth Butterfield?
Thanks very much, everyone. Please be seated. Welcome along, everyone. I'd like to begin the meeting at 7:02 and start by paying my respects to the traditional custodians of the lands on which we meet, the Whadjuk Noongar people, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and always. So we started the meeting at 7:02. And I would like to just announce a visitor that we have tonight, a very special visitor, former Mayor and Freeman of the City, Spike Whakama, is here tonight. And Spike was Mayor for the period of the 1996 to 1997, right? Long time ago. And I believe that Spike has just moved back into the area and is beginning his retirement in the area. So welcome back, Spike. It's lovely to have you here tonight. So I hope we meet your expectations of a modern live-streamed council. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on. Record of attendance, apologies and leave of absence. We have everyone here. Fantastic. Apart from our CEO, of course. And thank you to Paul Sanders for filling in tonight for the CEO. Advice of response to previous public questions taken on notice. We don't have any. Public question time. Are there any questions from you, Spike? You're it. Right, fine, thank you. I'll move on. Applications for leave of absence. I do have a couple here. We've got one request from Councillor Virk for a leave of absence covering Monday the 16th of June to Thursday the 3rd of July inclusive. And one from Councillor Michael Hancock. And his request covers Monday the 7th of the 7th, 2025, so the 7th of July to Wednesday the 13th of August of 2025 inclusive, which covers 3 council meetings. Could I have someone move that we approve those leave of absence? Oh, so many hands. Councillor Willinga, I think you were first. So thank you. Those have been approved. Now, confirmation of minutes. Is someone prepared to move that the minutes attached to the agenda tonight represent a true and correct record of the last council meeting? Well, thank you. Councillor Stoneham has moved. Is there anyone opposed? No one's opposed. That's carried. Thank you. Announcements by me. Let me see. I attended last Friday night. I attended the Pride of Workmanship Awards at Honeyeater House. And this was a combined event with the people for, the Rotary Club of Armidale and also the Armidale Chamber of Commerce. I think I got their name right. They have just changed. Councillor Sargison.
You've done it again, Mayor. You've left my name off.
You mustn't RSVP in the positive.
We spoke 2 times, had a photograph taken, I've emailed you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Sargison, but you must RSVP or my PA won't put your name on the list. So note to all councillors, if you wish to be included on the list of attendees, you must RSVP to the event, and that way your attendance can be recorded. Otherwise, if you leave it to me, they don't get recorded. Okay, so that event was a lovely event. We had lots of entries, it wasn't our event, but we did sponsor the event, and as the City of Armidale, we help out the Armidale Chamber of Commerce, and we saw lots and lots of award winners. I think there was about 20 of them. Councillor Sargison, you were there. We were standing for photos and lots of names read out. So there was a very big appetite for recognising local businesses and the work that they do in our community, and we acknowledged on the night that they are one of the pillars of our community. So small business and our business leaders are a real pillar of our community. So I look forward to attending more events like that. And as I said, it was co-hosted by the Rotary Club of Armidale and the Armidale Chamber of Commerce, which turned out to be a very comfortable and effective way of getting people involved. So a great event. Right, moving on. Questions by members of which due notice have been given without discussion. There aren't any. Reports. We come to 10.1 Community Services Committee meeting. Is the Chair prepared to move receipt of those minutes?
Yes, I would like to move the minutes of the Community Services meeting held on, excuse me, the 3rd of June, subject to any corrections, which I have none.
Thank you. Councillor Silva has moved receipt of those minutes. Do we have anyone opposed? If no one's opposed, thank you, that's carried. Now we move into the agenda proper and begins on page 8, 1.1, parties to the licence of Brian O'Neill Reserve, Community Centre, Reserve, lot 29 on deposited plan of that number.
Yes, Madam Mayor, could I propose a motion change slightly for that, please?
Yes, thank you.
Happy to support the motion as it is, but we had an email through today regarding the additional terms on page 17, dot point 2. I'd like to change dot point 2 to the option 2 that came through and by email today, which would say, notwithstanding subclause 4.21, C, outgoings, a licensor will deduct from the electricity charges an amount equivalent to the licensor's cost of running the bore to be determined by the licensor.
Right, thank you. Councillor Busby has moved, but with an addition to the terms. So we'll just wait for that to come up on the screen. Right, there it is. So this is the one that you were after, Councillor Busby. So Councillor Busby has moved the recommendation with that addition, or that change, I should say, to the recommendation. Is there anyone opposed? If no one's opposed, thank you, that's carried. Turn over the page and we go to page 18, 2.1, Annual Review of Delegations, Community Services Directorate, with the recommendation coming on page 21. As we do need an absolute majority for this one, I'll ask the Chair to move.
So moved, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Chair has moved. Is there anyone opposed? If no one's opposed, thank you, that's carried. And that's all the items. We don't need to ask you to move anything more. Now we'll move to the Technical Services Committee meeting. Is the Chair prepared to move all of the, move receipt of those minutes?
Yes, happy to move the receipt of the Technical Services Committee meeting held on the 4th of June, subject to any corrections, which I have none.
Thank you. Chair has moved receipt. Is there anyone opposed? If no one's opposed, thank you, that's carried. Now move into the agenda itself. 1.1 conference attendance, road safety conference on the 20th to the 23rd of October 2025. Councillor Stoneham, you're up on your feet.
Yes, I'd like to make a small amendment and nominate that Councillor Sargison also attends the Road Safety Conference 2025.
Thank you. Councillor Stoneham has recommended a moved an additional name for the list, Councillor Sargison. Do you accept that, Councillor Sargison?
Yes.
Thank you. Is there anyone opposed to adding Councillor Sargison to the list? No one opposed. Thank you, that's carried. Now we move on. 2.1, Buildings and Fleet Carbon Footprint and Corporate Greenhouse Greenhouse Action Plan Update. And the recommendation comes on page 45. Page 46, 3.1, Heritage Signage, which is a referral item, with the recommendation coming on the bottom of page 46. Page 47, 3.2, Annual Review of Delegations, Technical Services Directorate, with the recommendation coming on page 49. This needs an absolute majority. Are you willing to move
Madam
it?
Mayor.
Thank you very much. Councillor Busby has moved this item. Is there anyone opposed? No one's opposed. That's carried, and an absolute majority has been achieved. Chair, are you prepared to move all the items that haven't already been dealt with?
Happy to move them, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Chair has moved all the other items. Is there anyone opposed? No one opposed. Thank you. That's carried. Now we move to the Chief Executive Officer's report of the 9th of June 2025. Could I have someone move receipt of that report? Thank you. Councillor Peter has moved receipt of the report. Is there anyone opposed? Thank you. No one opposed. That's carried. And now we move to page 53, 1.1, Executive Director of Technical Services appointment. I'm taking that we will just hold your horses. We're not dealing with it right now, so you can stay in the room. This is a confidential item which I will push to the back of the agenda. So then we have the next item on page 55, which is the 1.2 lease and leasing of the Armidale Library, Armidale Central Shopping Centre. We'll also deal with that in the confidential item section. Page 57, 1.3, Councillors' Information Bulletin, issue number 8, 2025. Could I ask that someone move receipt of that information bulletin? Councillor Smith has moved that we acknowledge receipt of that information bulletin. Anyone opposed? No one opposed. Thank you. That's carried. We will go back to the beginning of the agenda now, and we are at motions of which previous notice have been given. I don't have any. Urgent business approved by the person presiding or by decision. I don't believe we have any. Matters for referral to standing committees without discussion. Do I have any matters for referral tonight? If not, we'll move on to matters referring confidential consideration. Could I ask that someone move that we go behind closed doors? Thank you. Councillor Hancock, you were first. Is there anyone opposed to going behind closed doors to deal with the confidential matters? No one's opposed. Thank you. That's carried. And we'll just wait for the live stream to cut out so that we can continue in privacy. Might take a minute or two. We good? Okay. So, page 56. No, hang on. I'm going to go back to the page 54, which is the 1.1 Executive Director of Technical Services appointment, with the recommendation on the bottom of page 54. Could I have a mover? Thank you. Councillor Busby has moved that. Is there anyone opposed? No one opposed. Thank you. That's carried. Page 55, 1.2 Leasing, Armadale Library, Armadale Central Shopping Centre. And the recommendation is on page 56. Could I have a mover for that? Councillor Stoneham, thank you. Is there anyone opposed? No one opposed, thank you very much. That's carried. And that brings us back to the beginning of the agenda. I think the only thing left is closure and I'll close the meeting. Thank you for your attendance, everybody, and I'll close the meeting at 7:49 p.m. Thank you very much for your attendance.